you wanted maybe something that looks a little more realistic, we can add some gradients to these lines to give it a little bit of a 3D appearance. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to select one of these lines, and we're just going to work one at a time on these lines. Let me extend this so that it joins a little bit better. Okay, let's expand first. Okay. So I'm going to click on the different lines. Actually, I can click on that one line and go up to select same appearance. That's going to select all these lines. And then I'm going to click object, expand, and then click, make sure fill and stroke is expanded, and say OK. So what this does is it actually turns those lines into rectangles. Okay, now we can have a more flexibility on modifying the gradient. So I'm going to click on this object here, click on the gradient, and I'm going to click on the fill. So notice if whatever is laying on the top in this depiction is going to be what you're modifying the gradient. So you can, like we saw before, you can modify the outline as a gradient, or you can modify the fill. So this is the fill. I'm going to click linear gradient. Okay. And then now I'm going to click edit gradient. Now this is what I'm seeing different that I didn't see before. I actually can see the bar, the gradient applied across this line. Okay. So if I move this, notice how the color changes. So if I move it over here to the left, it's black, and that's this color shown here. Now if I move it towards the center, it's going to be gray, and then all the way to the white. We want it to span the entire gradient along the width. First thing we want to do is make it the correct angle. So I'm going to move it like this. And then I'm going to make it smaller. So let's make the gradient smaller, and then I'm going to move that gradient over. Now it's best to zoom in here. Okay, so I want to make this about the width of that line, and then I'm going to use this, click on this black dot to move it over. It's still a little bit wider, doesn't have to be exact. Okay. Now, I mean, there's obviously that method, or if you want to just make the gradient large, this could be one way of doing it, and then moving these closer in, that works too. And maybe that might be better so that you can see it. Now notice that the angle is not quite perfect, so let's fix this so that the angle is perfect. There we go. So that's that line. And we can change this color here to be red to match the rest of the object. Okay. Now, you could do it this way, or you can do like a sheen, so you can have like a vertical line this way, and then click on this, and then click again. Let's see, click over here. So now you can modify this gradient over here, or you can modify it along this line by moving these dots. Okay, but if you need to click over here to add the point. So I'm going to double click on that and click red. So there you go. So now you have that kind of shine, which this is a metallic thing. Okay. And then you position it so that it looks right. And then you're going to click away. And so that's the first one. Now you can click on this, and maybe the easiest thing to do is to click I and click on that line. Now it's going to keep that same gradient scheme, but we're going to modify it. So let's click all of these lines again. That way we don't have to re-click the gradient and go through all those steps again. Okay, so I have them all selected. I'm going to click I, and then so now it applies that same gradient. We're going to modify it so it looks more like a cylinder. So click on this, click on Edit Gradient. Okay. Hold the space key so that I pan. And I'm going to turn and rotate. It's going to recenter for me. I want it perpendicular to that line. And then let's shrink this down. Okay. And use this little tool there to drag it down. I'm going to move this so it's on the bottommost, and move this so it's on the topmost. Okay. Okay, so at this line, we probably want to split this object up because it's going, no matter how we do this, it's not really going to look like a continuous pole. So I'm going to want to split it right here. So to do that is I'm just going to draw a line connecting those 2 points. I'm then going to use the selection tool to select all those objects. Go down to the path finder. Now if you don't see that, click on window and then go down to path finder, and so that it pops up. And then I'm going to divide all the objects. Okay, so now this is and then I'm going to click on it, right click, and then ungroup. So now these are independent objects. Okay. So I'm going to modify the gradient here. Same way that we've been doing. I want to match those colors, so I'm going to edit the gradient. I want to bring this a little closer so that it looks more continuous with this other object. I also want to zoom in and see how it doesn't quite overlap. So I'm going to click on this and then drag it down so that it matches. Okay, so the next thing is this curved bar. I mean, how am I going to, if I do a linear gradient, it's not going to curve around this, and I really want to make this look like a pole. So I'm going to need that sheen to kind of curve around this edge. And there's several ways of doing that. The easiest way is to click on freeform gradient and then click on lines. Okay, so now you'll see a lot of points that connect. Okay, so you see that point, and then you're going to actually connect a line that draws around there. So I'm going to click along this line. It's going to be somewhat problematic to make it straight. Okay. And then I'm going to modify this color so that it's white. Click on this so it's white. Now, I should have actually selected the first object as white, but then every point after then would have been white as well. So now I'm going to press escape, and then I'm going to click on this dot. I'm going to double click on it, and I'm going to click red. And actually, you're probably going to want to do a different color because that gradient was just beyond the outside of the line. We don't want to do that. We're just going to make it, we're going to use the eyedropper to click maybe something like that. So there's a little lighter hue. Now I'm going to enter, and now I'm going to, so I just press enter key, and then I'm going to draw along this line here. Okay. And I'm going to press escape. I'm going to draw another point up here. Oh, now where you are. Let's do Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Now I want to, so I undid what I just did because I want to change that color. Let's click on there. And then now I'm going to press enter. So I'm going to go along this pole here. Now I want to modify these points so that it, click on edit gradient. So I'm going to modify these points so that they go a little further to the edge. Okay. What? Oh, so I'm going to press enter to undo to unselect that last object. Okay, maybe escape. Okay, escape did it. So I'm going to click on that. All right, let's see how that did. Okay, so that looks like a pole. This one we might be able to get away with just doing a linear gradient. I hope so. I don't know if we're going to be able to, because it really needs to curve around. Maybe we can just move it a little bit. I think we're okay there. That looks fine. Okay, so now it's a little more 3D up here, and we can also, tweak with this. Maybe we want to make this black outline with more of a gray inside. If you want to add some 3D appearance, maybe we decrease the thickness of that line, and then we click the freeform gradient. Okay, and it's trying to steal some of the colors that we previously used, but we don't obviously want to do that. So there's a black line here. We don't want that. Now, if we click on that black line and we kind of move it away, it makes it disappear. Okay, so we want to double click on this, maybe make a little bit of a gray, and we want to use points, not lines in this case. So I'm going to double click on this and click maybe a darker gray, and click on this one, click a darker gray, and maybe click another point up here, maybe make it a lighter gray. Okay, so I'm going to click the selection tool, and there you go. So that looks pretty good, like a three-dimensional bicycle. You can see the poles. Now, if you want to change the colors of these lines, you can select the entire object, go up to this color guide, then go down to edit or apply colors, and you click edit, and you can modify, let's reset so that it has the original colors, and now you can tweak these colors. Let's see. So maybe if you want to make it blue, and so you can change the colors. Anyways, you just play around with that to get the color that you want. That way you can modify those original colors. So this is what you're seeing here are all the colors that are represented in making the appearance of this bicycle. And you can change, you can make it brighter or darker, whatever you want to do. Then you can press OK to apply those changes. I'm going to press cancel because I guess I like the red. All right, but that's how you draw a bicycle. That's a little more realistic. Maybe the next thing we can do is to give it some motion, to make it look like it's moving. Okay, so let's quickly do that. I'm gonna do a click over to the ellipse tool, and I'm gonna click up here and then hold the shift key and drag it down. So that's the shape of that tire. I'm gonna give it a fill. I'm gonna make it gray. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the appearance of motion here. So I'm gonna maybe click this and click that one point. Maybe drag that a little beyond, and then I want to extend this little handle here. Okay. Click on this and extend this handle. I want to bring this actually a little closer to this. Okay. Now this isn't as sharp as I would like it to be, so I'm going to add a point up here, to make it a little more sharp. Okay. And then, so now I'm going to, I don't want an outline. Okay. I want to add a gradient. Okay. Now this is just the default gradient that we had in the past. Now I clicked on that and dragged it away to remove that one gradient. I want to switch these over, so I want to make this to be kind of a gray, and this one to be a white, and I want the opacity to be 0. Okay. And then I'm going to move this object to the back, so right click, arrange, send to back. Okay. Now we want this to look a little more defined than that, so I'm going to tweak with the settings here. Maybe we want to make this. We'll leave it the way it is. Okay. And you can change the hue of this so that, if you want it to be maybe a little less obvious. Okay. And maybe what we really want is to do the actual points. So let's do lines. So I'm going to click here, 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 here. Escape. Now I want to click here, here. Let's make this, we're going to make this actually white and then 0 opacity. And then we're going to extend that line this way. Double click on this to make this a little bit of a gray. Double click on this, make this a little bit of a gray. Maybe not that much. Okay. I don't know, I'm kind of... Oh, no, we're going to make this white and then 0 opacity. Stretch this to the end. And then let's see what that looks like. Oh, that looks better. Then I'm going to copy it over. And so now we give it some motion, so that's going forward. And that's how you draw a bicycle in Adobe Illustrator.